Hey, welcome back. My name is Alex. I'm a freelance videographer and filmmaker, and that's all that you know about me, actually. I figured that it's time to change that. I asked a poll to see if you guys agreed, and you did. So, ask me some questions. Surprisingly, no one asked me my age, but I'm 23 and I live in Las Vegas. Why exactly did I start a YouTube channel? Well, I've actually had like 30 different YouTube channels. I've had a YouTube channel ever since I was like 12 or 13. And my biggest goal since just about forever was to become a YouTuber. I just could never make it happen. Okay, this one's a long one. What kind of music do I enjoy listening to? I like to listen to like sad boy rap, that's what I call it. That's like Juice WRLD, The Kid Laroi, Young Pinch. Lots of like melodic rap, and it's always sad because they're talking about like breakups and stuff. And have you added anything you reacted to your playlist? Yeah, actually. I really like TXT's I Know I Love You, which is strange because I can't like sing along to it, and that's one of the key factors. Like I like the melodic rap, so you get like some singing, but you're not required to sing because they're not singers. And with I Know I Love You, there's only a couple words that I can actually sing unless I learn Korean. So yeah, interesting enough, yes I have. Here's another really good one. You mentioned that you majored in audio engineering. What made you become a filmmaker then, and how long have you been doing it? So, well, that's an interesting question, and it definitely needs a little bit of context. So let me sit down for this one. So what I'm doing right now definitely wasn't in my plans for high school. I was like a really, really good kid. I thought with my entire heart that I was gonna be some sort of engineer, maybe like an automotive engineer, because I love drawing cars and stuff. So I always did really good in school. My parents got me into this super fancy high school that was all about science and technology. It was literally in its name. And I performed the best that I could. I took all AP classes, which if you don't know, that's like college grade classes. I exceeded my math class, and I was one of 3 students that had to go to an entirely different school just for that one period of math. And then came senior year, and I decided that I don't want to live my entire life working a really boring job just to get a good paycheck. And I would much rather earn less money and be happy and pursue my dreams. I used to make music, but my brain is a little weird, and I can't just like, I really just have to do it based off of feelings. I have a hard time thinking of words on command. But anyway, I was making music a lot at the time, and my parents really insisted that I go to college. I didn't know that you could go to college for filmmaking or music, so I went to a technical college that I only had to be in there for like a year, and I got certified with Pro Tools as a mixing engineer. Pro Tools is the program that you use to record with, so I was like inside of studios for like 12 hours recording people, and I realized that sucked, but the only reason I did it was so I could record myself because I was making my own music. Now, I said earlier that I've had a YouTube channel since I was about 13. I went through a whole bunch of different YouTube channels. Well, at the time, I was focusing on music, so I was learning how to use like a really nice camera for once to make my own music videos, and that's kind of where I started off making music videos. Not necessarily filmmaking, but definitely music videos. So the next part of the question is, what made you become a filmmaker? And that in itself is a very loose term because I'm not entirely a filmmaker yet. I really want to be, but I can't find the funding to actually make that possible. I have a whole bunch of ideas, and I have an idea for like this short film that I don't think will cost that much money, but I just have to plan it out a little bit better and get the timing and all of that, and a whole bunch of actors and some sets and stuff, but I don't think it's gonna cost too much. So I'm not entirely a filmmaker. I'm definitely more of like a filmmaking student. I've made a few short films myself, and I have credits inside of an actual film, which I forgot the name of, but I did ADR work, but it's something. And I've done lots of music videos. So I'm excited to actually hold the title of filmmaker, but in my YouTube videos, want to be filmmaker reacts just doesn't sound as good. But I figured I would use this time to like really study and learn so that when I finally do get the chance to, I could just nail it on the head. So that's why I really like to study all of the different aspects of filmmaking. And obviously doing music videos and stuff helps like learn the smaller aspects, like you're doing some sort of filmmaking on like a really tiny scale. And the final question off of this one is, how long have you been doing it? So I made my first short films probably 4 years ago, so I guess that would be the answer. But I've been doing music videos professionally for the last like 2-ish years, so whichever one you want. So the next question is, lots of people want me to keep reacting to BTS videos. Do I feel pressured about it? Honestly, no. Their videos are definitely like some of the best music videos I've ever seen, so I'm happy to keep reacting to them. I'd love your guys' response and the appreciation that you have for my videos. It makes me feel like I do know what I'm talking about. I would like to think that I do, but it definitely like makes me feel like I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, no, I don't feel pressured. I'm definitely gonna keep making them as long as I can. What is your favorite music video or favorite movies? Ones that you consider inspiration? And did you have any prejudice with K-pop music before reacting to BTS and TXT? Honestly, I don't know what my favorite music videos are. I would have to like sit down and look, but my favorite movies are definitely like franchises. I really love the new Planet of the Apes movie. I really love Saw. Star Wars is actually one of my favorite series ever. I'm a real big Star Wars fan. But if you're talking about just movie, probably The Dark Knight. That movie definitely like changed something. It changed something with cinema entirely, and it made superhero movies what they are today. But it's just a really, really good film. And the Joker is one of my favorite characters of all time. But as much as I would like to say no, I didn't have any like preconceived notions or prejudice about K-pop music videos. I did. I thought that they were gonna be like really strange, and I didn't think that they were gonna be like that good. I really just thought they were gonna be like all dancing and like a whole bunch of strange costumes and stuff. Not like costumes like covering your face, but you know, like Lady Gaga or Madonna, like the over-the-top fashion kind of things. I didn't expect anything like what it actually is, and I am pleasantly surprised. Like, I'm way more open to checking out whatever K-pop group you want me to. I definitely have Blackpink and Epinephrine or Stray Kids. I have to look at the names, but they're on my list. All right, what made you want to become a filmmaker? Well, I really fell in love with cinematography and the fact that you could just tell stories through the visuals. I love that. I really just want to tell stories. I feel like I have a lot of stories in my little brain that I could tell, a lot of life experience that I could tell. The fact that you can film something and someone that doesn't speak the same language as you can understand it, or the fact that you could just make someone have the exact emotions that you want them to, is definitely the reason why I want to become a filmmaker. I want to be able to touch people like that. I want to be able to help people and give people like an understanding. Yeah, I'll be honest, a lot of the stories that I'm going to tell, at least at first, aren't gonna be pretty stories, but I know that people are going to relate to them and it might be able to help them in some way. And it might have something to do with the fact that growing up, my voice was never heard, and this is a way to get my voice and my vision out there and heard and accepted, because I did not feel accepted as a kid. As a professional freelancer, how did you find clients? Well, I wanted to do music videos, so I knew that my target client would be at open mics, so I started there and I got a couple clients there, and I was doing and I started recording their live performances, because what artist doesn't want video of them performing live? Everyone does. And that transitioned into music videos. Then I started to message local artists on Instagram, and then through word of mouth, I started to get more and more clients. I made a business Instagram posting some of my work, and it was also geo-targeted to where I live in Las Vegas. I also had hashtags like Las Vegas music video or something like that. So if you're searching on Instagram, then you can find that content too. So some people found me that way just by like searching on Instagram. So that's cool. So Instagram is probably like your best bet. How do you feel about quitting your job now and running a YouTube channel as a full income source? Is that decision worthy enough? I love the idea, and when I start making more money, it's going to be really good. I don't make any money from 99% of the reaction videos that I make on this channel. They're all copyrighted. There's a few every now and then that I'll make some sort of money, but for the most part, I don't make money on any of my YouTube videos. It's definitely been a challenge, and if I could just make money on those videos that I've already made, then it would be great. And I would literally just have so much free time to pursue whatever video idea I wanted, and that really is my goal, is to just be able to work on what inspires me and just what I want to make. But for the most part, it hasn't hit me yet as far as being full-time. I had to do some traveling for work, and then we just had 4th of July, and that's a whole interesting situation because I just got a brand new daughter, which doesn't make much sense, but my girlfriend has a 3-year-old daughter that we got to see for the first time for like 2 months, and everything has just been moving so fast recently that I haven't it hasn't hit me yet. Like I still feel like I want to go back to work. Hopefully that changes very soon because this has literally been my job and this is the last chance that I have to fully pursue this as like a full-time thing because I do now have a 3-year-old daughter and a baby on the way. So whenever I figure out just the whole income thing, we're gonna be doing great. It's not to say that I make these videos just for income because I don't. These videos don't make any income, so I couldn't if I wanted to. I make these videos because I really do enjoy making them. And like I said earlier, I'd much rather enjoy what I do and not make that much money than to work at a desk job and just hate my life. I don't know if someone actually asked this, but as far as the future videos on this channel, I'm definitely gonna switch it up just a little bit, so you're gonna have more like unique videos from me. And I'm hoping that these shirts help supplement some of that income, because I do have a following on like TikTok and Instagram too. I got the package. What was my job when I quit, and do you see YouTube as like a sustainable thing? I was a barista at Starbucks, and yes, I absolutely see YouTube being a sustainable thing. YouTube is a giant, it's the biggest video streaming platform, so I don't think it's going anywhere. But as long as you like adapt your content throughout the years, if something isn't working, then you should be able to make YouTube videos for a really long time. What is your dream project as a filmmaker that you want to make in the near future? Well, I don't know about near future, but my dream project is to have something on Netflix. I really want something on Netflix. Like I honestly, I just want something to release and for people to enjoy. But something on Netflix, like a TV show on Netflix, is definitely my dream. Who is your bias? Probably Jimin. I like Jimin. But if you were asked to work on a BTS or TXT music video, which one would it be, and what additions and changes would you make as a filmmaker? Whew, that's hard. I definitely wouldn't make any changes to any videos that have been released already. And I really like watching dramas. I love watching dramas. If you got a Netflix account, definitely check out like Manifest or Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth is so good. Those are just like some that I've recently watched. I don't know, I'd probably make them more like dramatic. Lots of like really interesting interpretive imagery because I really like that too. I might change up the lighting just a tad bit. And maybe if I could find some sort of interesting like effect that's not in your face, I might throw that in there. With Western music videos, especially like rap and hip hop, they're always searching for like a new effect to put in there. So think of like Sicko Mode by Travis Scott, or lots of A$AP Rocky music videos, stuff like that. But I think I would just focus on like the lighting and the storytelling. I think that I would change that up a little bit. Not with the overarching BU story, but like inside of like an encased music video, like some sort of story happening that can be interpreted a couple different ways. So let's talk tattoos. I have a lot of them. I have 13 of them, apparently. All of my tattoos have meaning behind them. I have like a yin and yang with the hearts. This is my love for music down here. This is a little equal sign because I treat everybody the same way. Roses are my favorite flower. I have lots of hearts. I really like hearts and flowers and stuff. I have a heart on my ring finger because that's where my wedding ring will go whenever that happens. These ones are a little interesting. So I have tattoos to commemorate my big accomplishments on YouTube, like the big milestones. So this one was when I first hit 100 subscribers back in 2017. And that's so important. Like you might not think about it, but it's so important because obviously it's 3 digits. It's a big thing. But for me, it took like 6 years to get there and like a year or 2 of commitment to one channel to get to that number. So it was a very big moment for me. And then this one is 1,000 subscribers last year on this channel. And that's super important because that's when you first start making money. And it's also 4 digits. It's like it's real big. I got lots of hand tattoos because I look at my hands all the time, so they're just a constant reminder to keep going and pushing towards my goals. This little knife is because I really like horror movies. I actually got this on Friday the 13th, and it's Michael Myers' like kitchen knife, like butcher knife thing. I had to ask them specifically for this one because they didn't have it, and they're like, yeah, sure. But I love horror movies. Like Saw is like such a perfect franchise aside from the last few movies because it mixes horror with drama, and it's Oh, I also have this one. It's a barcode that says I am not a number. I feel like that's kind of self-explanatory. So I got like 2 left. I got the semicolon and the cat. So I think the semicolon, it might be a little bit more personal, so I'll get into the cat. When I first moved to Las Vegas, it was a very isolating experience. I moved here all by myself, and my parents gave me an allowance so that I could pursue YouTube as a dream. So they gave me enough to buy like food and gas, and that was it. So I was stuck inside of my house all day long with my dog, and I didn't have any friends, I didn't have anywhere to go, and this was the first time that I developed anxiety and depression. And I was just very lonely. It wasn't a very good experience at all. So I finally got a job working at Tivana, which was a tea shop here, and I met a lot of really great people. I got really, really close to all of my coworkers. They were all that I had. I went over their houses for like Thanksgiving, and we hung out together outside of work. We would come into each other's shifts just to be around each other. One of them decided to draw this little cat on my hand, and I decided to get it tattooed permanently, just as a reminder that I can find family wherever I go. That I never have to be alone again. But anyway, the last one is this little semicolon, and you're probably thinking, how can that be more personal than the story you just shared? Well, semicolons are a pause in your sentence. It's not a period, it's not the end of the sentence, it's a pause, and then it keeps going. So semicolons represent that with someone's life. Their life pauses and then it keeps going. So if you ever see someone with a semicolon tattoo, that means that they did, or a relative or someone they know, tried to commit suicide. And in my case, I was the one that tried to commit suicide. So I had to get the semicolon tattoo. It was a really bad time. I mean, that's probably a story for another day, but it was a really, really bad time in my life. And I just felt so alone. I felt like a burden to my parents, and I don't know, I just felt alone, and I didn't need to be here. But luckily I am, because I'd found all of you, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And this is my little dog. His name is Buddy. He's a purebred Chihuahua. He's like 9 years old. He's my little best friend. He's a really good dog that doesn't act like any other dog that you know, because he doesn't do dog things, but he always wants to be close to you, and you know, sometimes I need that, especially right now, because I'm really nervous about posting this video. I feel like nobody's gonna watch it, but obviously you are, since you got this far, so thank you so much. This entire time that I've been making BTS videos, I felt like that is all that I'm good for, and it's all that people want to see from me. So thank you for proving that wrong and for watching this video. He is the reason why I have dog hair on all of my clothes, because he sheds a lot. But that's okay, because I love him. Oh, I love you. You guys had a lot more questions, but this video was super long already. So I might have to do a part 2. I don't know. Let me know if you want that. But that's about it. All right.